Happy Flex Friday, everybody. We're going to be getting on after it nice and quick here for 15-minute burner. It's a beginner level strength, chest, back, and abs class I have for you here in front of us. We're going to be getting on after it with some light dumbbells, a light mini band, of course, some body weight thrown in there as well. A yoga mat may be preferable for some of that ground floor work if you wish. Right now, everybody, let's get you nice and loose. Let's get you warmed on up. Kaios is done hugging his pillow. There we go. Palms facing on down. Missed that boot camp, Casa. There we go. Palms facing on down. Love it. Over, but I love the honesty. More importantly, turn those palms facing on up, pull those thumbs right behind you as much as you can. Hi, Corrine, coming on back from vacation. Love it, love it, love it. Jackie A in the house today as well. Throw those elbows up nice and high as much as you can over the top side of those shoulders for 2 and 1. Start out with those toes pointed forward, feet under center, knees soft. Push through those heels, vertical shin position. Try to push your butt back as far as you can. Look down towards the ground and then pull right on through up at the top side. Push through those heels and squeeze your booty nice and tight a few times for 2 and 1. Let's go down on the ground right here, everybody. So we're coming on down on the ground, hands on the ground, knees on the ground. You're going to go into a little cat-cow style position. Roll those shoulders down and in towards the ground. Round your back as much as you can. Tighten up those abdominals and look towards your belly button right here. And then go ahead and arch your back. Belly button pushes down. Eyes go forward. Tailbone goes up to the sky. Find that neutral position. Rotate a little over to that right side. Neutral position. Left side we go. Go into a high plank position. Go right on into that down dog phase. Look back towards your toes as much as you can. Oh, there we go. Blood to that brain here today, everybody. Wakey, wakey. One more time we go. Press hard through those palms for 2. And open up those lats for 1. All righty. Let's do it here today. A little crunch with a little raise action. Right, left side we go. Queen of Hots in the house. Karen getting it done here as well. There we go, everybody. Got a great workout for us. Palms facing away towards your knees, chin in towards your chest. Raise up just that left arm a little bit. Come on into center. Raise up just that right arm a little bit. Come right back on into center. So your eyes should be forward towards your knees. Chin tucked in towards your chest. Arm in a vertical position. Raising those fingertips as high as you can towards the ceiling. About 2 to 3 inches, right? So you're raising up strong. Keeping that abs in, pulling down and in with that rib towards the opposite hip. So if I raise up with my right hand straight up over my right shoulder, I want to drive my right rib down towards my left hip, keeping the tension through that core the whole way through. And the same goes on that left arm, back and forth, compressing the lower third of your back, that lower lumbar spine, fully flat on the ground, reaching and stretching the whole way through. Oh yeah, come on, getting it done, everybody. Left side, down and in, right side. Last one left. We go for 2 and 1. Abs feeling good right there. Single leg toe touch. Starting out with the right hand on the ground. Right leg goes nice and straight. Head rests on the ground. That left arm goes right behind your head. Now you're going to raise up as far as you can. Lift your chin in towards your chest. Head comes off the ground and touch that toe with the left hand. Back and forth you go. Right leg, left hand coming on up over the top side of the hip. Rocking and rolling. Cross-section analysis through the abdominal cavity the whole way through. Modifier right here, bent elbow, bent knee position. You can come up and touch the knee. Try to make sure that you're not putting stress in that neck in any way, right? I want you to think you are using your abdominals to pull your arm, your chest off the ground on that upper body as well as that lower body the whole time with that leg being raised on up, right? There we go. All the way through. A few more reps to go before we switch sides, my friends. Going big here today. Reaching and stretching. 3, 4, 2. Last rep, best rep, and 1. Switch your ski. Left hand on the ground. Left leg straight. Right hand reaching out behind your head as much as you can. Chin tucked in towards your chest. Raise the roof, everybody. Back and forth all the way through. Squeezing, flexing all the way. Oh, yeah. Feeling good. Feeling strong right here. Oh, there we go. Making sure you're trying to keep that leg as straight as possible. Toes flexed in towards your shin and knee the whole way through. Elongation through that arm and that lat as much as possible. Of course, that modifier, same rules apply. Bend that elbow, bend that knee, but use your abs to slide that rib down and in towards the hip and the hip down and in towards the rib, right? So you're pulling down to that cross section, activating that core as much as you can. You want to think you're not going to be herky-jerky with that movement, right? You're not trying to go fast through the movement. You're trying to muscle that movement through that full range of motion as much as possible. For 3, for 2, and 1. Great work right there, everybody. A little low plank with a side step. So low plank position, you're going to come over on the ground with your forearms stuck on the ground, fists nice and tight. What you're going to do right here, you're going to hold that low plank, turn your tailbone down and in towards the ground, push hard through those forearms before you start. You're holding that low plank now, pushing your chest off the ground, tap out that left foot, and then come back to center, tap out that right foot, come back into center. That's going to be the standard position. The modifier right here, you can go down to a low knee plank, toes pointing away from your body, and just gently take out one knee side to side. Back and forth the whole way through, keeping your chest, your hips squared towards the ground the whole time. If you're doing the low knee plank, the toes should be pointed away from your body, and the knees should be well behind those hips. So you're loaded through the abdominal cavity, right? You're getting those abs strong as possible, but you're not sagging the belly button down towards the ground. You're actually trying to turn your tailbone down and in, lift your belly button as high off the ground as possible by clenching those abs in tight as possible. Dead bug with extension. We go on our backside now. So here's what you're going to do. Hands reaching above your head, heads rested on the ground, palms facing on in towards one another. Pull the ribs down and in towards the hips and compress the lower back down on the ground as much as you can. The vertical femur position of the knee over the hip. Your shins parallel to the ceiling. And now you're going to extend out. Left arm, right leg all the way out, back into center. Keep that tension in that core the whole time as you extend. And then that right arm, left leg all the way out, back into center. Now, if you felt like those extensions were a little too much, you're going to hold the tightest dead bug you can. You're going to compress those abs in strong, right? You're just going to breathe in and out through your nose, slow and controlled. We're not doing cardio here. We want to think reaching the fingertips up as high as possible. The rear delts on the back side of the shoulders, ever so slightly just coming up off the ground, right? Head still staying on the ground no matter what, whether you choose the standard or the modifier right there for 2 and 1. Swim it time. Oh, yeah. Give mini band time. Take that mini band right around your wrist just like so, right around the break of the wrist. Thumbs pointed up towards the sky. You're going to come over on the ground, lie flat down on the ground, pull those hands a little further apart than your shoulders so there's tension in that mini band, right? You're going to start out with both hands on the ground, both toes on the ground, pointing away from your body. Now just raise up just that left arm and then that right leg. Back into the ground we go. And now that right arm, left leg, keeping tension in that mini band the whole way through. So once again, you should be pulling the hands well outside the shoulders, right? Or at least in alignment with the shoulders. Your eyes can remain down towards the ground. If you don't have a mini band, you can do this exact same movement without the mini band. But the mini band adds in that little extra Flex Friday pump, that little extra elongation. Oh, yeah. Reaching and stretching all the way on through. Elongation through those lats, through those triceps, through that spine on that backside as much as you can. Tighten up those glutes for 2 and 1. W's. Okay. W time. We go. So now what you're going to do, you're going to have just take a knees or kneeling position. You can sit right on top of your butt, palms facing in towards one another. You're going to pull down right out behind your head and then press straight on up. So your body looks like a W, right? You can even prop yourself up if it's more comfortable to go like this. Keep your butt tight, abs tight. But what you want to do right here is you want to have your hands reaching up towards the ceiling and then pull the elbows down on that backside and then press straight up from that position. So you're keeping your hands outside your shoulders, palms flexed in towards one another, as if you're trying to do a pull-up right here, right? So you're pulling those elbows down so your body, your torso looks like a W. Right out behind your head, hands nice and wide the whole way through. Reaching, flexing the whole time. Power it on up, pull it back on down, power it on up, and pull it right back on down for 2 and 1. Scat pull time, you go on your backside. So lie on your back and then clasp the hands right around the mini band like so. So the mini band's going to lie over the top side of your chest. Elbows are going to be off the ground. Heads rested on the ground. Eyes up towards the ceiling. Just squeeze through that backside. Pull the elbows down nice and wide. South of the shoulder, north of the hip. You go pulling towards the shoulders a little bit more than the hip to activate that backside as much as you can. You are not just trying to pull the band apart. You want to think using your back muscles to muscle the band, right? To pull that band apart by squeezing through that upper mid-back position. As soon as your elbows touch the ground, try to hang out right there with that squeeze, that iso squeeze for a couple seconds and then come back in slow controlled. Just a couple inches range of motion on this movement, but max tension right where it counts in that upper mid-back position when it's done right. There you go. Squeeze. 2 and 1. Great job right there. Last one with our mini band. Take it around the break of the wrist again. You're going to go on into a high plank for a standard position or a knee push-up for a modifier. But either way, that mini band's going along for the ride. So hands outside your shoulders, fingers pointed directly out in front of you. And now what you're going to do, you're going to go down slow, controlled, push through those palms as much as you can. Turn the elbows in towards the ribs the whole way through. And then the modifier, knees on the ground, toes pointing away from your body. Slow control down about halfway and pull right on through. Oh, yeah, there we go. Turn the elbows a little bit in towards the ribs, not flaring the elbows out wide. But the main goal right here is the tension in that mini band. The mini band is going to try to pull your hands in, your wrists on in. But you want to think pushing through those palms a little bit more forcefully as if you're trying to move the floor, right? Spread those fingers wide. Don't just gently push yourself up. Push yourself up as strong as possible with as much force. Keeping those abs and glutes tight along for the ride for 2 and 1. All right, mini bands retired for the rest of the workout. Dumbbells coming out, making their guest appearance finally. They're collecting dust over here. So now you're going to go barrel presses. So you're coming on in, grabbing those light DBs, lying on your backside, elbows south of the shoulder, north of the hip. Flex through the pecs and biceps on the way up, knuckles punching in towards one another, and then squeeze through that backside on the way back down, right? Here we go. Knuckles on in, baby. Light up that chest, squeeze, and flex all the way through those biceps, those pecs, those front delts. And then pull back down, working through those rear delts and the upper back as much as you can. Excellent, excellent work, everybody. Down and in, flexing the whole way through, front side, backside position. You want to think pressing the knuckles in towards one another at the top side so the palms are facing down towards your chest, as if you're trying to hug your hands around a big old barrel right there. Everybody down and in. 3 for 2 and 1. Great job right there. Chest press, 3/4 turnout now. Now lock out those arms straight above your sternum and gently touch the inside heads together and then turn the outer edges about 3/4 away from one another. So they're making a little triangle style position. Then pull the elbows down nice and deep towards the ground and the base of the ribs, and then press back up strong as you can. So it's a diamond style press. There we go, our 3/4 turnout, as I like to say. Pulling the elbows down strong and then driving up nice and strong at the same time, right? On that uptick. Pulling down strong and then pressing back on up strong. There you go. Don't just think about the press. Pull. There you go. As you pull the dumbbells down, you want to think elevating your chest towards the ceiling. There you go. And then press right back on up, lighting up through those triceps, those delts, the whole way through on that backside for 2. Oh, yeah, lighting it on up for 1. Oh, amazing, amazing work, everybody. Chest press with a little rack pull time. We go. Turn neutral grip right here. Palms facing on in towards one another. Come down slow, controlled. Press the DBs back over the top side of your head. Dumbbells touch the ground. Elbows over those wrists. Pull the elbows back to the base of the ribs and fire it on back, my friends. Here we go, down and in, all the way through, hitting that rack pull, back on in, and pressing it straight back on up, neutral style fashion where the palms are always facing on in towards one another. Excellent, excellent job. Push, pull down, push back, pull back to center, and then drive force all the way through. 20 seconds to go before our cool down, my friends. 15-minute workout, chest, back, and abs. Getting you chiseled here today in the best way. Back and forth. Drive. Squeeze. Hard as you can for 3. Come on. Fire it on through for 2. Last rep, best rep, and 1. Great work, everybody. Set up those light dumbbells off to the side. Fantastic job. Stand tall. Stand proud. And get that huge Flex Friday smile on your face, everybody. And get them on up. Flex them if you got them. Absolutely fantastic work here today. Y'all crushed it. Great job, Karen, Corrine, Jackie A, Casa, Queen of Hearts, all the rest of you joining us live on this workout as well. And all you on-demanders taking it later. Absolutely fantastic, fantastic job. Take that left hand up over that right. Rear delt action right here. Target on through that back side of that shoulder as much as you can. Big old barrel hug on in, or single arm barrel hug. There we go. And then switch it on up. Left hand reaching out behind your neck. Right hand grabbing that left elbow. Inhaling through your nose, exhale through your mouth for 2 and 1. Dangle on down, heavy relaxed elbows. Soles of those feet pointed straight down towards the ground, toes pointed forward. Long, strong through the hamstrings and the lower back. and rise on up. If you're looking for a longer stretch class, you are in luck. 15 minutes time, got a 15-minute stretch class for you, everybody. And then we will be back live on Chris Ryan Fitness as well next week. So check out that schedule. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, if memory serves me correct, and also that Saturday after the July 4th holiday. Great job, everybody, here today. Can't wait to see you next time. Keep on tagging us on social media as well at Chris Ryan Fitness, the Team Chris Ryan Fitness Facebook, keeping all those chats going and the community function on the app itself. And thank you for everyone chiming in for Queen of Hearts as well. Hopefully getting that IT situation settled up for her. All those helpful suggestions really go a long way, everybody. Keep on paying it forward. Thank you so much.